Welcome back, everybody. Today we got another Kevin Samuels classic. And trust me, this one goes left fast.
What I'm calling for, like the
Mm-hmm.
question.
Yep.
Okay. So I'm calling just to see, like, I guess what I am doing and what I can avoid, because I don't know if me having standards is getting in the way of finding the man that I want.
So let me go ahead and see if I can repeat the question. You want to know if you having standards is preventing you from getting the man you want.
Yes.
Okay, so let me start with some background. How old are you?
I'm 26.
Well, you heard me say it in the chat room. Did you go to college?
I did.
But you didn't graduate.
No, I just got my Associate of Arts.
Okay, cool. Height, weight, and dress size.
So I'm like 5'5", 5'6", and my weight is 128 to 130.
Okay.
Depends.
And what dress size do you wear?
Like a 4.
And lastly, what part of the country are you in? North, east, south, west?
Like West Coast side.
West Coast. Okay. And what kind of man do you want?
Well, I like black men. Like that's like my first choice, but I don't mind swirling.
Okay, I'm talking about from a on paper standpoint. What kind of money are we talking
like
about?
successful. Like I'm not really
Let's
like.
define successful. Do you want to be a stay-at-home wife?
Yes, I do.
Okay. And do you want to have how many children are you planning on having for this guy?
Just depends on how many he would want from me.
3.
Okay.
I mean, if you got nothing else to do except stay at home, 26, right? One kid, you be getting off pretty damn easy. Wouldn't you agree? Or would not? Tell me, what do you think?
No, I think that's true. I think,
Okay. The average
Okay.
family has 2.3 kids or 2.5 kids, but you're talking about a successful guy. So a successful guy, are you in Northern California or Southern California?
Northern.
So in Northern California, so to be a stay-at-home wife of 3 children in Northern California, how much do you think a man would need to make annually to make that happen? For you to have a decent home, have your own 4-door sedan, to have the kids' college paid for, private school if necessary, or high-end public school, with kids' activities, kids having cars at 16, having their college paid for if necessary, plus have the things of life, 401k, retirement, everything else, still being able to eat well, travel, not just go to Disneyland. I'm quite sure you want to go out of the country, maybe go to Europe on a family vacation, that kind of stuff, right?
Right.
Right. Okay. How much do you think that person needs to make? That man needs to make annually?
I would say a significant amount
Give me a dollar
of
value.
money.
Give me a dollar value.
I'm not good at math. Like probably like over 100,000 maybe. I don't know, maybe like 80,000, 90,000, over 100,000. I'm not really sure.
$100,000 a year for 5 people in Northern California.
Okay, no. Oh man. Okay, so I don't know.
Okay, so problem number 1. The things you want, you don't even know what it takes from a dollar standpoint to make it possible for a man to make it possible for you. You think this shit is just magic. Let me give you the number. The number, they throw this 6-figure number out, that's enough for one person to be successful. Roughly $10,000 a month. That's a number I tend to use. That's in Dallas, Houston, Austin. If you adjust that for the Bay Area, you're $100,000 a year, you're still broke. You're talking about closer to 220, 250. There's a police officer in San Jose who made $250,000 last year, and he's a cop. Okay, so the kind of man you're talking about, he's going to need to be making around $700 to $900,000 a year.
I'm open
And
to relocating. Like I don't have to stay. Like I'm like so open to moving somewhere
well, do
cheaper.
you think people make that kind of money in Cedar Rapids, Idaho, Iowa?
No.
Do you think there are a lot of black men? Black men are concentrated in 10 cities. See, this is part of the problem with ladies. You want this fantasy of a man, not a fantasy. You want this high value man. These men, listen, these men are concentrated in 10 cities. Black people are concentrated in 10 cities. Okay? And I
Hmm.
don't I don't fault you for wanting him, but I just say you got to understand where he is, and to think a guy can make $80,000 and you would be happy with that kind of money. You'd be working on 80 grand, and then there'd be tension in the marriage. I forgot to ask you one question. On a scale from 1 to 10, where would most people say you rank as far as a beauty, facial, from a facial standpoint?
Like a 9 or a 10, maybe an 8 if someone's hating on me.
A 9 or 10. Okay, so we're talking LA 9 or just
I just know I'm very beautiful, and I'm not just saying that,
okay.
but I don't
Hey
know.
sis, I give it to you. So these are good things. So from a money standpoint, uh, the kind of money you're talking about is a guy who's he's going to have a serious high earning career, or he's going to have to be a small business owner and own a significant concern. That means you're going to
Gotcha.
be looking at men who are at least about 10, probably 15 years older than you.
Oh, definitely.
Okay,
Okay.
and that's what you're going to be looking for. But the question is, what do those kind of men want in a wife?
Um, well, I just, I know that they want, someone who's just a lady. I would hope so, because I'm really open to just being a lovely housewife and just doing what I need to do to
Translation:
make sure.
I'm open to you taking care of me. That's what you just said. I'm open to you just taking care of me, which is cool. But what you've also said is you've done no homework or no research or no nothing on what it is you want. That's why you're not getting it.
That's like golden.
Yeah.
That's true.
This is why your non-black counterpart, your white counterparts, steal black men like this out from under you. Because one, you don't even know how to identify them. Two, when they're there, you got no sales pitch. It's just I'm pretty good. Okay, you're beautiful. You're 5 foot whatever. You're dress size 4. You are smoking. After we have sex, what else?
Depth. Um, I don't flaunt my things that I know or my experiences, but I'm a deep person and I can hold a conversation, and
Mm-hmm.
I make a lovely housewife, good mom, things like that.
Were
But
your parents
I
was your
am
mother was your
divorced
mother
though.
and father married?
Uh no. Well, yeah, my background is crazy, but
Oh,
I
so
am divorced. So
let me simplify the question. Were you raised to be a housewife?
no, I wasn't actually.
So how can you talk about you're a lovely housewife?
Because I was married before and
Okay.
I saw what didn't work, and I was like, that's why I don't want to go to work. I want to
Oh,
focus on
oh,
staying
okay.
home,
Let's back up. See
being with
that
this man.
that was an important part. You were married before. How old was your husband?
He's like 29 or something.
How old were you?
I got married when I was like 18 or 19.
And where's your father?
I didn't grow up with a father.
I didn't say that. I asked where is he?
Um, I don't have a very strong relationship with him.
Why?
Because I was adopted.
Okay. Do you know your biological mother?
I do, yes.
But you don't know your biological father?
I do, but he's recently like got sick and he's in the hospital. Like he's like I just is
Okay, I'm gonna
sick.
ask you a hard question. Are you ready?
Sure.
Do you know his side of the story from his mouth?
Um, no, not really.
Then why in the hell are you judging him?
I'm not.
Well, but you know your biological mother. You know, you're not judging him. But what I asked you, where's your father? I didn't grow up with a father. I didn't ask you. I just said, where is he? Well, he wasn't in my life. I was adopted. Okay. But you know your biological mother. See, when I asked you about the woman that birthed you, you could answer those questions. But about your father, it's all this vague stuff. And my question is, why have you never sought to understand your father?
Well, he was the reason why I was adopted was because of
Nobody
um
knows you, sweetheart. I don't know you.
abuse, sexual abuse that was going on. I have 5 other biological sisters and we all got put in the system because he was sexually abusing my sisters. And
Okay.
that's why we
Well,
got
then
put in
that's
the system.
cause. Then that's cause. That's different. That's one of the few things I will accept. If there was actually a reason where you shouldn't, a safety reason, then there's no reason to interact with this person. But I would say, let's move on past that. If there was reason, because I don't want to dig too deep into it because it's not relevant. If there's a reason, there's a reason. But you were adopted
Yeah.
and you were raised by a mother and father or mother.
Just a mother.
All right. So you're raised by a mother, and the reason I'm asking these questions, if you got married at 18 to a 29-year-old, who advised you on that? That's what I'm trying to get to.
Nobody.
Okay. All right. Where's whose advice do you seek in trying to guide you through life?
Mm. mm, I'm just kind of, I guess, learning through trial and error at this
That's
point.
very dangerous.
Well, that's what I'm calling you.
Well, you're calling me, but you're not paying me. See, this is why I'm not going to give you this off. I mean, your circumstances, trying as they are, you're a 26-year-old. You're not 14. You know your background. You know it's troubled. Are you seeing a therapist?
I've done a lot of work.
Okay. Is it?
I've done a lot of work.
Are you in a healthy place?
I am actually.
All right. So, and you said you were married to a 29-year-old. How long were you married?
Like 5 years.
So you've been divorced less than 3 years?
Yeah.
Okay. Any children?
When?
Boy or girl?
He's a boy.
Okay. Um, you're gonna have a lot of problems.
Really?
Yes.
Oh gosh.
Yes.
No.
I don't care how attractive you are. Your background, ma'am, is messy.
What if I don't tell anybody though?
People aren't stupid, especially the kind of men you're talking about. And it makes you a horrible person. See, a person who's gone through therapy would not say that. A person who's in a healthy mind space would not think to try to deceive somebody.
Well, just I mean, no one wants to know your whole life story though. Like
We're
not
talking
necessarily. I
no,
thought
no,
men don't
we're
like that.
talking about people who no, ma'am. So the only people we've been talking about is the kind of men that could provide for you and put you in a home and take care of you.
Mm.
But the real answer is yes, my background is messy. No, the work's not done, but I want what I want. So yeah, I would say the work's not done because that's not a healthy thing to say. That's a predatory thing to say regarding another person. I'll just lie to him about my background. You're going to lie to him about your kid too?
No, I was just saying, like, just don't put it all on the table. Like,
Well, you
just
may have put it on the table
right
on the
there.
first date, but it has to come out. See, you are who
Oh,
you
well,
are.
yeah.
You are who you are. And the kind of men you're talking about did not get there by luck. High earning men, wealthy men, successful men didn't get there by luck. See, that's why I started at the beginning. Do you even know how much money it would take? And you don't, which is kind of troubling because I wonder how you're even living with a child. I mean, you got you got 2 years of college, an associate's degree?
Hmm.
How are you living in California?
Well, I mean, technically, I'm technically not. I just didn't want to put like my where I am. So,
I
it's
don't,
like,
but I mean, are you living? Are you in your own place?
I am. Yes.
Are you paying the rent there in full yourself?
Yes, I am.
All right. And is your son provided for?
Yes.
All right. Is the father in the kid's life?
Yes.
And are you getting alimony or just child support?
Child support.
All right. So all that is a mess. Your child is young. There's not enough hotness to overcome young child from a divorcee with your background. There are other women who are as hot or hotter than you that have none of that.
Mm.
That's number one. Number two, there are other women out there who were raised to be a wife who have none of that. Number three, there are other women out there who at least understand what the man on the side of the table that you want to come take care of you and another man's child would have to do to make that happen. In effect, you want a fairy godfather is what you want.
Mm-mm.
Okay, you don't like the words, but that's really what it is because because you don't know who he is. He's just a genie. What do you do for a living?
I'm a receptionist and I do nails on the side.
So, you ready for this?
I don't know. I sure. I mean,
Well, a
yeah, let's hear it.
receptionist, and nails on the side. That's not enough to even provide for one person in California, if that's where you live.
Mm-hmm.
You have a child.
Mm-hmm.
It means you can't take care of yourself.
Okay.
Is
I
that
mean, I do, but okay.
okay? Do you make enough money to take care of yourself without the child support?
Yes, I do.
Okay, well, where do you live? Because this makes no sense. But go ahead.
Well, I don't want to give up my
I don't
location
care, ma'am. What do you think? I've got why? You called into
because
it.
I just.
Hold on. You called. Hold on. Let's understand. You called into my show
Oh my
to
god.
ask me
Oh my
questions
god.
that you're not paying for. Don't play with me. I don't have no need to know who you are or where you're at. It's not that
I
serious.
know.
But what I'm
I
trying to
know.
understand is whether or not you're telling me the truth. And there's holes in this story. Are you in the Bay Area? That's all I need to know.
No, I'm not. I'm in a small town.
All right, but it's still Northern California.
No, it's not California. I just threw that out there. Like I mean,
All right,
okay,
so you're
like,
fucking lying to me.
I'm not lying to you. Like I
All right, you
listen
have
to your
one
shows. Like
chance.
people
You
don't
have
give
one
up their
chance to go ahead and
location.
tell me where you are. I don't play games, man. Don't do this. I'm not playing games with you. Tell me where you are, the area, or get off my fucking phone. Seriously. I mean, you're too old to be doing this stuff. You want my help? Let me help you. If not, go figure it out yourself.
Washington State.
See, you know why that's important, what I just said, man?
Why?
When I said your background is a mess, you said, why don't I just not tell him? You are willing to lie to a man to get what you want. You just proved it with me. I'm better at it than most men, and I'm dogged about it, and I can smell bullshit. But you are willing to lie to someone to get what you want. And I don't care where you live in Washington State. High earning women are not receptionists and nail techs. Those are women that live around the poverty level. The only way people tend to you're not making $40 an hour as a receptionist.
Mm-mm.
Right. So that means in order to take care of a small child, you're having to either get significant child support or some sort of assistance, or you must be living in a hovel somewhere. Either or, you're living paycheck to paycheck without the government or a man supporting you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do. Like I said, I do nails on the side.
Right. So is his father? His father is gainfully employed. Your ex-husband, gainfully employed.
Mm-hmm.
What does he do for a career?
He's a police officer.
How come that was going to be my guess? Woo! That was going to be my. I'll tell you guys why I knew that. I'll tell you guys why I knew that later. Why didn't he have custody of the boy?
Because I do. Oh, he was in the military when we got married. And we moved to his hometown, which was not in Washington State.
I don't care.
And when we got
I asked you what. He makes more money than you. Why didn't he have the boy?
Because he wasn't a police officer when we got divorced.
But he is now. And he makes more money than you. And he has benefits. Why doesn't he have the boy?
Because he has 2 other children.
What the fuck? What does that have to do with anything? Why doesn't he have his son? He's the more stable. He has benefits. It would make it easier for you to get what you want.
Yeah, but I guess I just like being a mother.
No, that's not it. He's a check. You may love being a mother, but you cannot raise a man. You never even saw a man. You obviously don't, hold on. You obviously don't pick well. You have not made the best choices for your life. And you think you're going to be able to help a boy become a man? And you're the only one leading you? No one else is leading you. Ma'am, this is problematic at best. Boys need their fathers. But as a woman who did not have a father, it doesn't surprise me that you just think guys are just genies. And no disrespect, but I feel like I'm talking to like a teenager at some levels. So I'm going to tell you, the boy would be better off with his father. I don't know why the man didn't petition for custody of his child, because you can't care for him. You're a nail technician and a receptionist. It will be better for you to give the son over to his father and you pay child support and let him be raised by a man who has a career and benefits. You get yourself together and give yourself the best shot to date, because high value men with money, you'll be a side chick. They will have sex with you. They'll tell you things, but ma'am, you are a bad investment. Just from a practical standpoint, the fact that you have a child and all these other loose ends, and then you mix in if the abuse thing is real, which I don't have any reason to doubt, but the deception you've played around here is how you move through the world. Men aren't suckers, man. Especially successful ones. Last question about your son. if this is how you think about men, what do you think that's going to do to his view of manhood?
If what is how I think about men?
Well, you've not really said anything positive about us. I mean, you want to lie
Nothing
to us.
positive.
Yeah, you mean it's not come across as a positive situation. I mean, you were married. Um, do you think you're the best? Do you think he's going to become a better man under you than under his father?
My son?
Uh-huh.
I think so. I really do. I do. I try to give my
But
son like making
do
like
you know this? Do you know the data on the matter?
the data. I mean, I understand that, it's just single moms in general is not ideal.
No, it's not. It's beyond not ideal. I'm
Yeah.
assuming you're black.
Mm-hmm.
Is his
Yeah.
father black?
I'm sorry, what did you
Is his
say?
father black?
Yes.
Okay. Go look up the statistic for single mother raised black boys.
I will do that.
Well, all you have to do, you don't have to go that far. I'll tell you. They're at the
Okay.
bottom of the barrel, reading at a
Okay.
fourth grade level. Single mother raised black boys are in some of the most precarious positions of any person on this planet. And man, due respect, you have 2 years of college and just a job. And he would be in a better position. Is his father active in his life? Like, does he see him every other
Um,
weekend? I mean, is he, or do you just have custody
well,
and you just have full custody and you getting a check?
no, we do like he has visitation because we don't live in the same state.
Right.
So, it's like the holiday thing,
But you
summers,
lived
we
in the
have the
same state
parents
when you
move
were
home.
married.
Yeah.
Why'd you
And
move?
then I
Why'd you
moved.
move away from the father?
I didn't want to, but it was because my family
Uh-uh,
lives in
uh-uh,
Washington
uh-uh,
State.
uh-uh, uh-uh. Let's stop right there, man. Let's stop right there. You were a wife. I don't want to hear shit about the family. Your family is now your husband and your child. Who filed for the divorce?
I did.
Why?
Because he had a child.
Excuse me?
He got someone pregnant.
During the marriage?
Yeah.
Okay. Keep going.
So I filed for a divorce and
And are you better off now than you were when you were married?
I am, yes.
Financially?
Yes, I would say so.
No, no,
I
no, 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 ma'am. The numbers are real clear. So your husband had an affair and got someone pregnant, right?
right.
So you filed for divorce.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And what state is your husband in, or ex-husband?
Oh, Oklahoma.
Welcome, Oklahoma. And I'm from there. And you're in Washington State, right?
I am.
So that's at least a 4-hour flight.
Mm-hmm.
How often does your son see his father?
Thanksgiving, summertime,
Does he have full
and
summers?
yes.
So,
And
so he sees his son during the summertime.
yeah,
And then the remainder of the year, he's with you.
that's correct.
And you took his son away from him for what?
Um,
You saying something about your family. What about it?
they were in the state, of Washington, but yeah.
No, that's not an answer. You were in
I
Oklahoma.
didn't want to get divorced. I didn't want to leave
You
I
filed
didn't
for
want this.
divorce, ma'am. What do you think
I
happened? The
know.
divorce fairy made you do it? Ma'am, you were in Oklahoma. You
No,
filed for divorce and you went to Washington. Why did you move to Washington?
because that's where my support was at the time.
Right. Right. Your family, your support. So, Oklahoma's cheaper than the state of Washington. Number one,
Correct.
and this doesn't sound like your family is that strong or stable. So you moved, and now are you getting a lot of help from your mother? Because there's no father.
No, I actually my adoptive mom, she doesn't talk to me anymore. None of my
So you're in
it's a
Washington by
situation.
yourself.
Yeah, no, I am.
All right. So
But this
listen,
is giving me a
listen,
lot of
listen,
good things
listen,
now.
listen, ma'am. This is why I say this is a mess. Everything you've told me continues to unravel. Here's what it is. Your husband committed adultery. It hurt. You decided to make an emotional decision. You filed for divorce. And you punished him and did what was good for you, so you thought, and you took his child from him. And you made him become a part-time father, and you making your son suffer that. Only seeing his father in the summertime. And what do you have to show for it? A job as a nail tech and a receptionist and nothing else. This is bad. That's why I said I
I
don't need to know all the ins and outs, but he would be better off with his father in Oklahoma than with you. You've made all these decisions, ma'am, outside of your husband having an affair. But then you turn around and say you didn't want to file for divorce. You didn't want to divorce your husband, but you did.
mm-hmm. When I say I didn't want to, it was more like I wanted to and I did, but it wasn't like I wanted a family, but I just couldn't get
But you
past that.
ended it.
But
You ended your
I know, and
family.
I don't necessarily regret that because he wasn't,
Of
it's
course
just
not.
for me.
Because you have no idea what a family is, ma'am. And this is why I said, ma'am, I feel like I'm talking to a teenage girl. I didn't want to file.
Well,
I didn't want.
I
Listen, it's not an insult, man. Go look at what the women are typing in the chat room when this show's over. If I'm off, they'll tell you. But what you're
no, I
saying,
understand what you're saying.
I get it. But
I'm
so
getting it.
you've had a complex upbringing. You're under no one's leadership. There's no one helping you. Nothing. And you're on a coast by yourself, raising the most vulnerable type boy there is in this country. That's what I'm trying to get you to understand. You can barely take care of you. Let me also say this. If you weren't as attractive as you are, would you be able to make some of the moves you do?
Like what moves?
Uh, well, I don't know so when I'll go there. Scratch that.
I mean, I would say I have the privilege, they talk
You
about,
have pretty privilege. That's what you have.
yeah,
So people do shit for you that they wouldn't do for an unattractive woman, but that shit runs out.
I understand. Hmm.
So the net of it, ma'am, is let me level set this for you. The moment you said I do, you became a wife. Put up the little girl, put everything else. You made an oath and you decided to break that oath. You decided to break it. Your husband cheated on you. He broke his vow. You broke your covenant. You broke your covenant with God with your man. That's what you chose to do. If you're a Christian, the whole curse thing, that you're living more under that than your ex. Then you took his son from him. You didn't do it for his son's benefit. You did it for you. Ma'am, you're selfish. Everything you've been saying is about you and what you want. And that's why I said you still need to be in therapy. There's a lot of work that needs to be done. And you don't need to be parenting this boy by yourself. He's the one that's going to suffer.
Okay.
That's why I say, why not just send him back to his father? But unfortunately, women like you feel like doing that is like a failure, or if I don't have this, I have nothing. It's not a puppy. He's a boy. I know
I
he,
understand.
and you would be better off by sending him to his father because you'd have your son would have a fighting chance. Right now, man, you can't provide.
Yeah, no,
Is
I
your
really
father, is your
appreciate.
ex-husband remarried?
He's not remarried, but he does have a girlfriend, and they do have 2 other children.
I don't care about the
Um,
other children, ma'am. I really don't. All I care about is your ex-husband remarried.
no.
Is your ex-husband? Are you guys on a reasonable page?
Well, we kind of are.
Okay.
This has really helped me
Listen,
because we're
listen, listen. Listen what I'm asking you. I don't care about who he fucked and however many kids he has. Get over it. Really, get over it. You have a
I am. It's
you
not
have a
hard.
husband, and he's still tolerating this shit. I oftentimes it's best for men and women, husband and wife, to reconcile. Because let me tell you why. Men like me, there's no way in heck guys like me would take a woman like you seriously. It's not though you're not a beautiful woman, but it's too much, too complicated. It's just far too complicated. You have a marriage and a child. When you decide to get married, you decide to put up the girly things. When you decide to have the child, life became about that boy.
Hmm.
Um, if you can resolve with your ex, that would be the more likely scenario. I know gonna be some women saying, "No, don't do that. He cheated on her." You've been married. You got a kid. Don't listen to people who ain't been in this fight.
Hmm.
Because what's the alternative? Can you really see a life in Washington, D.C., where you have a job or a career that you can provide well for you and your son?
Washington State.
Washington State.
Um,
Washington State.
I, I do
What kind of
eventually, but
skills do you
I think,
have?
um, just basic skills
Clerical
that,
skills. You're an unskilled labor.
okay.
I mean, I'm not trying to be funny, ma'am. You are unskilled labor. You don't have a college degree.
Unskilled, just like,
You're unskilled.
I have an associate's degree. I have my associate's of
An
arts.
associates in what?
Associates in arts. It's just like it's the one you get before you go towards a 4-year,
Right. It's
but I didn't do
an
that.
associate's degree, and the associates in arts. Okay.
Yes.
And ma'am, what does an associate in arts command on the free employment market?
Well, I mean, if I wanted to, I could probably get a job in like social work, or not being a social worker, but working with, people like that. Um,
You saying you can get a job as a social
like
worker with an associate's in art?
kind of like a peer counselor,
Oh,
because I did do a
okay.
lot of work
And how
like
much money do
growing up.
those people make?
Not a lot, and it's not worth it to me. Not a lot of money.
So, man, when I said
I
you were
don't
an unskilled worker, why did that offend you when you have a degree that won't even allow you to get an okay job? Ma'am,
I guess because I don't
it's
know. I don't
because
have
it's
nice.
true.
I'm terrible.
You have no science, engineering, technology, and math, accounting,
Mm-mm,
medicine,
mm-mm.
law. Those are careers. You have basically what accounts to a high school diploma plus.
Yeah.
Unskilled labor.
Oh gosh. Wow.
Why is that? Okay, listen and hear. You have no skills. That's why you are a receptionist. What is it required? What skills are required to be a receptionist?
Um, answering phones, being organized.
Right.
Um,
Basic clerical skills, stuff that's not changed since the 1910s. And you don't even have to type or file anymore. You are a woman, 26 years old, completely completely without anyone covering you. No one's covering you. No one's protecting for you, providing teaching. You're out here making it up as you go. And that's fine. But it's not, because you got a little boy. He suffers all your mistakes times 10. And you're talking as though just because you have the power of wish and sunshine that you can make it happen. And no, ma'am, you can't. 4 million people have applied for unemployment insurance since COVID. And you honestly think you're going to be able to get a job when people who have actual skills are losing their jobs in this new market? You're too naive to even know what you don't know. And you have a boy. Did you hear what I just said? Did that make sense?
It makes perfect sense. It really, really does. And I think the reason why I'm just kind of like um not thinking I'm just like okay is because I just kind of I am like I do nails on the side, so I do have a little bit of like a side hustle, and I want to like have my own like little business where I earn my own income and I don't work for anyone because it's just like that's just how I am. I'm just a little bit, but I do take care of my business. I do handle my business and things like that. So it's like I understand what you're saying, and I know I sound like a 12-year-old,
Yes, ma'am, you
but I'm
do.
not that.
No, ma'am, because if you just said, I know I do nails on the side, understand something. Filipino, Vietnamese women who don't speak English come to this country and do that. It doesn't require a lot of skill to do that. You are effectively a day laborer. And you want that job that you like doing because it makes you cash. And you can feel like you make money every day because it's cash. That's why a lot of women like you wait tables. Because if you didn't do this, your options would be the strip club or prostitution. I'm going to get real with you. Those are your options. Because what you want to do, no
I
one's
just
going
need to
to
understand
listen,
this.
ma'am. What you want to do, no one's going to hire you for. You want to make being a nail tech a career. It's a job that you can do in any podunk town in You can go to Walmart and be a nail technician, ma'am. They got a little salon there in Walmart. You ain't gonna make $75,000 a year as a part-time nail tech.
Mhm.
You have no skills. You have no plans. And at this point, ma'am, you're dangerous to yourself because you're talking about, well, I like to just have my own little side hustle to where I can possibly flip this into a job and making my own business because that's just how I am. Yes, you're a free spirit, unstructured woman who needs a strong man to take care of you because you are incapable of doing it for yourself. If no one's told you, I'm going to tell you. You're incapable of taking care of yourself. You sound like a teenager. And the problem is you have a boy who's what, 2, 3,
No, he's 6.
6?
Mhm.
So he's he's 6.
Ooh, yes.
When we go back to school, don't be surprised if you start seeing a little hellion with disciplinary problems.
I'm gonna really sleep on the advice about his father. I think a lot of the things that you said is true. I don't want to be a selfish parent, and I have this pandemic. I have been a little bit struggling and things like that. And I did kind of consider myself like I don't necessarily want to be a failure, but I don't want to be selfish. So I'm gonna really take that
Failure,
into
failure,
account.
failure happens when you look at the truth and you decide to stick your head in the sand like an ostrich and hope it goes away. That's the only way to
Gotcha.
fail,
Okay.
is to make an emotional decision versus just saying, you know what? It's not ideal. Oklahoma, Washington, look, it'll be better for you to be in the same state with your ex-husband because at least you'd have some help. And at least cost of living is lower. Uh, Trust me, you'd be better off there. Uh, so I'm gonna leave it there. Keep in contact. Let me know how it goes, though. But you really need to take into consideration. I don't think you understand what's about to happen with this economic market. They're not. The jobs just aren't there, man. It's not what it was in February. The world has forever changed, and we haven't even scratched the surface of what happened. Is Washington off lockdown?
We're like phase 2.
Okay.
So like our nail, yeah.
Here in Atlanta, I was in Neiman Marcus the day they shut everything down. Neiman Marcus announced that it was looking to file bankruptcy. Long and short of it is Neiman Marcus is going to cut about 40%. All those people in retail, those millions and millions of women out there who have more skills than you, more work history. It's not funny, man. It's not funny, man. When unemployment runs out and all that runs out, see what this country has never seen homeless women. But we're going to see homeless women because there's not enough jobs for all of these unmarried, unattached women. We are not meant to be by ourselves. Ma'am, you have zero support and you're an unskilled laborer. You might as well be an illegal immigrant with your skill sets. You think that's hyperbolic, but I need you to understand what I said. But for the fact that you speak the language and you graduated from here, on paper, you have literally no skills that an illegal immigrant to this country, someone coming up from Mexico or coming over the border or off the boat, you're doing unskilled work. And you're not going to college to get a degree or going to get any certification. So you're not going to get any more skills. So, and to think I'm going to turn this unskilled thing into $100,000 a year hustle is folly. You got a lot of serious thinking to do, man. And you got to hurry up and do it because you got a boy. But I'm going to stay on what I say. You need to talk to his father and especially and last thing, and I got to run. You do realize that a boy only needs his mother up to the age 7. After age 7, he needs his father more than he needs his mother.
Okay.
That's since the dawn of time. Heck, the ancient Spartans even figured that out.
Well, no one told me that. So, I mean, it's really good to know.
Okay. All right.
She's 26 years old, a single mother, and she says she's ready to find a good man. She wants love, commitment, stability, and a future. But when she's asked a simple question, what kind of man are you looking for? She struggles to answer. Her description is vague. She knows what she doesn't want, but she can't clearly explain what she does want. Kevin Samuels often emphasized that if you don't have clarity about your goals, it's much harder to recognize the right opportunity when it appears. See, wanting a good man isn't a strategy. Where does he spend his time? What values does he have? What kind of lifestyle is he living? What qualities matter most to you? If those questions don't have clear answers, it's difficult to date intentionally. Kevin would often say that people should be as intentional about choosing a partner as they are about pursuing a career or any other major life goal. The challenge isn't simply that she's a single mother. The challenge is that she's hoping to find someone without a clear picture of the relationship she's trying to build. When your expectations are undefined, it's easy to waste time on people who were never a good fit in the first place. At 26, she still has time to create a plan, but first, she has to gain clarity. The question isn't whether a healthy relationship is possible. The question is whether she knows what she's looking for and whether she's putting herself in places where she's likely to meet people who share those values.